Since South Sudan joined the community about 3 years ago, the country has only made good on their obligations by only $2.9 million, and the country has now accumulated a debt of $27.6 million. Although other countries have not paid fully, South Sudan is the biggest defaulter, and this has led to a crisis in the community.
If you delay to pay salaries, and you are an international organization,
the EALA lawmakers sitting in Arusha, Tanzania, have mounted pressure on ministers responsible for East African affairs to take action against South Sudan by invoking treaty provisions that call for sanctions and suspension of a partner state.
Are urging Council to urge Summit to suspend the Republic of South Sudan.
Please take the necessary steps. And we want you to come back here and address the House.
We don't know. Maybe it was too early for the Republic to join the community after independence. They were not ready.
What is it that we can do to convince South Sudan to come on board?
Today we eat from the house of Mr. Tanzania. Tomorrow, Uganda, Kenya, Burundi, Rwanda. When we go to South Sudan, they close their doors and say we are not around.
The Council of Ministers informed the Assembly that they have directed the EAC Secretariat to institute investigations and show cause why the Republic of South Sudan should not be suspended from the community.
And the Secretariat, Mr. Speaker, has been directed to develop a procedure for investigations of breaches of the treaty along the schedules of sanctions.
Let's read the body language. They are not committed to the East African community. The proposal to have as trigger of Article 143 is not only timely, but it is a real way of triggering off the real intentions of South Sudan, whether or not they are part of us or they do not want to.
However, the South Sudanese Assembly members are pleading for mercy.
We have to give South Sudan a chance until end of this month to pay it. All the sanctions should apply.
Should the time of 30th October fail, we are saying give us more time.
However, the minister said sanctions will not only apply on failure to remit contributions, but on other aspects too.
That sanctions should not be confined specifically to issues of failure of meeting financial obligations, but also to extend to other aspects that may attract sanctions.
The lawmakers of the East African Legislative Assembly also warned of a possible collapse of the community if the heads of state fail to address the matter.
If the East African community of 15 years back met the East African community of 2019, they would have an intense fight.
And we must call a spoon and not a big spade.
I had joined the House Synod.
Jingo Francis, NTV in Arusha, Tanzania.